Major milestone today for a long-abandoned historic site in Algiers. Crews launched the renovation phase of a project meant to breathe new life into the old Touro-Shakespeare home, subject of a number of Fox 8 Defenders reports. A new fortified roof sits atop the expansive 72,000 square foot property known as the old Touro-Shakespeare home. It's one of many recent improvements made to this site along General Meyer Avenue. Thursday, city leaders and various stakeholders kicked off the $26 million renovation phase of this massive project, which will transform the property from an empty, blighted shell back into senior housing.
Personally, I believe that our seniors deserve places like this to live.
The plans are grand.
This chapel is going to be an extraordinary community space. And the 52 one-bedroom apartments that will have both historic warmth and all the modern amenities.
Built in 1933, the city-owned property, named for city benefactor Judah Touro and former New Orleans Mayor Joseph Shakespeare, opened as an almshouse or home for the poor. It later functioned as the city's only public nursing home and more recently a privately managed elder care facility. But then Hurricane Katrina ravaged the structure. Algiers native Arthur Ruiz first reached out to the Fox 8 Defenders in 2019, concerned about this blighted and vacant property. 7 years later, he calls this a momentous day and says he can't wait to see the finished product.
I just think all of this basically has been a blessing from God to make this happen after all these years.
In addition to Ruiz's pressure on the city to do something with the property, the Fox 8 Defenders also questioned New Orleans leaders about why the site sat empty for so long. Finally, in 2021, the city selected HRI Properties through a bid process to maintain site control, meaning it effectively is running the property. HRI brought in Landis Construction to refurbish the building, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
You start scraping some of that stuff away and it's gorgeous. All those are cataloged as items that we need to make sure we keep in place during construction.
Preserving pieces of the past is key while constructing the new apartments. The Housing Authority of New Orleans will provide housing vouchers to make the units affordable. And the hope is that the new development here will serve as an anchor for the Algiers community.
Bringing to fruition this 90-year historic landmark and transforming the lives of people really makes a difference and is making lives better for citizens.
In Algiers, Meg Gatto, Fox 8, Local First. The plan is to open the Touro-Shakespeare home early next year. In addition to the apartments, plans include open spaces, a community garden, and lots of green space on the property. If you've got a consumer complaint you'd like us to look into, call the Fox 8 Defenders, staffed with volunteers from the National Council of Jewish Women, or fill out our online complaint.